We begin with a live look right now at the KOMO radar, where that band of green could mean big trouble for western Washington. 3 straight days of heavy rain are on the way, bringing with it risk of the season's first river flooding. We've got a fire hose essentially pointed right at us here in western Washington. Good evening, all. I'm Michelle Esteban. A regional flood watch takes effect for much of our region tonight. Residents in the Snoqualmie, Skagit, Snohomish, Skokomish, and Chehalis River valleys are all advised to prepare for quickly rising waters. We have team coverage tonight. Meteorologist Stella Sun is in studio tracking the system, while KOMO's Tyler Cunnington is in Skagit County tracking preparations there. Chris Daniels along the Snoqualmie River in Falls City. We want to begin with Stella with what is shaping up, Stella, to be a week of wet weather.
Yeah, not only wet weather, we are tracking some strong wind gusts. We already saw some gusty winds today, upwards of 30, even 40 miles per hour. It's going to be even stronger through much of the day tomorrow. There's also some concerns for some heavy downpours of rain. There will be rounds of it, with the first atmospheric river system arriving just after the morning rush hour commute for Puget Sound lowland communities. There will also be some really high tides, especially if you live towards some of the shorelines towards the Skagit, San Juan Islands, as well as Whatcom County. That's where we're tracking a coastal flood advisory with heavy mountain snow expected for elevation 6,000 feet and above. But because the snow levels are a little bit higher, we will be seeing a lot of that melting snow. Pair that up with some heavy downpours of rain. Well, that is going to be triggering that flood watch that's going to remain in effect throughout at least Friday. But we do also have a wind advisory. The National Weather Service issued this, our partners over there, just a few hours ago, as we are expecting those gusts to be as strong as 45 miles per hour. Most of western Washington, stretching all the way down towards most of western Oregon as well, remains under the gun for a flood watch. We are expecting moderate to even major flooding for a lot of our rivers, streams, and creeks. So that is some big concern for our communities that live along some of the rivers and some of our waterways. Now, not only will there be saturated soils, some of the stronger wind gusts, there is that potential for seeing some isolated power outages with some downed trees. There is also a chance to see some landslide potential. We're tracking it all. We've got those details coming up in your 7-day forecast.
All right, Stella, don't go anywhere. We are coming back to you shortly. Stella, thank you. Both the Snohomish and Skagit River valleys expect moderate river flooding. It is something that longtime residents, they know all too well. We want to continue our team coverage tonight with KOMO's Tyler Cunnington live tonight in Mount Vernon with how communities are preparing. Tyler, they know the story there.
Well, Michelle, that's exactly right. Along here, the Skagit River, that's projected to reach major flood levels, at least according to some national models. As well as the Snohomish River, which is just to the south, that could reach a similar cusp right underneath that same sort of level. Of course, neither of the communities surrounded by these rivers are unfamiliar when it comes to flooding, but county leaders say they are still warning drivers and people who live in the area to be vigilant when it comes to the potential impacts this week. Between Monday morning and Tuesday night, the National Water Prediction Service projects the Skagit River to rise as much as 12 feet to major flooding levels. This was a river that flooded back in 2023 here near the city of Mount Vernon, leaving 40 residents in nearby Hamilton who had to stay at an emergency Red Cross shelter as a result. Now, meanwhile, the Snohomish River down south could surge as much as 11 feet, according to those same models, from Monday into midday Tuesday, and that could last all the way through Friday morning. They are predicting at this point in time. The Snohomish County Department of Emergency Management advising anyone on the roads throughout those days this week to drive wisely.
It doesn't take much water on the road to float a car. It only takes a foot of water to float a small vehicle, and it takes less than 2 feet to float a large SUV or truck. So, and you can't tell how deep the water is, particularly when it's dark during commute times like it is this time of year.
Certainly, just as you could imagine, driving on some of the roads out here near those streams and side sort of waterways, pitch black, so it's certainly something you want to take into account and not take any of those risks. We will continue to monitor these flood warnings, the rainfall, and all of it for your forecast over these next couple of days here on air and on KOMOnews.com. Reporting live here along the Skagit River near Mount Vernon, Tyler Cunnington, KOMO News.
All right, Tyler, thanks very much. The area expected to be hardest hit by flooding this week is in East King County, right along the banks of the Snoqualmie River. Senior reporter Chris Daniels caught up with residents in Falls City today. They were out early to protect their property. Chris.
This has historically been a flood-prone area, this part of East King County. Whenever the Snoqualmie River jumps its banks, we see issues here in Falls City. We see the entire city of Carnation cut off from the rest of King County and problems all the way up to Duval. It may not look like much, but this gauge and the entire apparatus at the side of the Snoqualmie River may tell quite a story in the coming days. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, is suggesting the Snoqualmie River will reach major flooding stage here on Tuesday at more than 58 feet. And it is why the Blaney family made a run to King County's free sand center.
I want to make sure that we're safe. We're not getting any water where we don't want it.
They live in an area where the floodwaters have come close before, and Wes Blaney says he's been checking the data from that gauge multiple times a day.
Pretty regularly. I mean, usually just to educate ourselves and see how many big trees are expected to come down the river, because it's fun to watch. But this one might get a little closer to, at least closer to the doors.
Historically, when the Snoqualmie jumps the banks, there is an impact to travel too. These FEMA maps show how the valley west of Duval is flood prone and how Highway 202 near Falls City gets saturated and the entire city of Carnation gets cut off by flooded and closed roadways.
Better to have them in place and not need any of those sandbags.
Yes, he says it is better to be prepared. And in this case, get ahead of the storm and the story that gauge is about to tell. Again, historically, there have been issues on both Highway 202 and 203 when there are floodwaters. It is one of the reasons why we have seen the city of Carnation open up extended hours at their public works office to allow people to come fill up sandbags beginning tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning. As of right now, NOAA is suggesting the Snoqualmie River will hit major flood stage, not once, but twice over the course of the week. That's the story for now. Here in Falls City, I'm Chris Daniels, KOMO News.
So helpful to have time to prepare. Chris, thank you. Make sure, if you haven't done it already, to download the KOMO News app to track the latest changes in the weather on the go, especially. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not. We post the latest news to our KOMO News app all the time, and we put extended interviews on the KOMO YouTube channel. Definitely worth checking out.